In a bit for WA at half-back, repels the defence, and there's Gumbleton, whose hands are very, very impressive. Pops it up to the advantage of his forwards. It's a 2-on-3 combination. Here's Jetta, dribbles it, the bounce of the ball crawls him in the end. Our first real glimpse at Leroy Jetta.
Yeah, the injury is to O'Brien, it looks like, and they'll miss him. He's coming off with that hamstring, just favouring it. A dashing half-back, left footer from down at Peel Thunder.
Yep, you don't need to lose your playmakers early in the game. In a crucial game for WA, we shouldn't just worry about the individuals. They are hoping to win the championship, and they need to win this game if they're to have any possible chance. Here's Vasilevsky, who's on the right. Now on the overlap, goes short. He's got a man on. It's Gumbleton. And very clever use of the footy under a bit of pressure. It looked like it was unravelling a bit for Western Australia across half forward, but good poise and good ability to deliver.
It was good play from Western Australia, because it looked like the Victorian Metro side had the numbers and good vision. A fantastic run. He's certainly been impressive at the start, Gumbleton, just with his movement, and a great contested mark early on.
A lot of people saying some very, very big things about this young man from Western Australia. We've seen a couple of glimpses already, 2 marks in his first goal of the afternoon. He's a very, very nice size, Kevin. You're going to be able to work with that frame.
Yeah, I think he's as good a key forward as we've seen in the last half a dozen years or so, because of the qualities of great hands, courage in the air, agility, normally a neat kick for goal, so he's sort of the package, can play at the other end as well, and a very coachable young man, which is probably the most important thing of the whole lot. We'll take everything on board. We have seen him at this level a couple of times, played last year for WA at under 18 level, was a star at under 16 level, and was a member of the RAS AFL Academy, and we saw him close up through that series against the Irish 2 years ago. Coached for the 10 years, David Dixon, a former Carlton premiership player, and his role clearly is to get them together as a group, to forget about the focus of the draft, let the other people make judgments, but try and work as a group, as a team, and try and win the title, and those other selections will take care of themselves later on. 160 players have gone on to the AFL, 16 a year. Jeez. Judd, Ball, you just go on and on and on and on.
It's an amazing statistic.
Yeah.
Will come back in. Doors the target. He's up against 3 or 4. Some body work off the ball. Gumbleton couldn't take the mark. And WA came over the shoulder. No free kick paid to Western Australia. Riddle was the defender for Vic Metro. He goes now to Everett. Gumbleton chases well. Everett now under a bit of pressure. Finds some time. He goes back to Riddle, who's terrifying fashion. All the numbers there for Metro. Jared Allen with the big fist. Everett does the doubling up work in defence. He can't get a handle. He went to ground, and the West Australian boys kept their feet. Great tackle. Excellent work by Luke Clark. And rewarded with the free kick. Important to the West Australian squad. He goes to the leading player. That was Gumbleton, and being taken front on. Unfortunately for Forbes, he got a lot of the ball, but umpires seem to be very keen to pay that free kick in particular. Might have actually got a bit of a knock on the bonds, did he?
Yep, got a little one in the nose, and he's causing some trouble in that forward line, and certainly his movement and his strength is giving Everett a little bit of trouble.
Gets his hands to the ball a lot, Gumbleton. He goes from outside 50. It's a good kick deep into the goal square. Pack fly, good mark taken down there by Jared. The young Dean Kelly and Daniel Curry, both looking like a double interchange might be made by Metro. Vespremi was Leroy Jetta. He goes along looking for Gumbleton, and clears Clark, I should say. Gumbleton goes in and lays the tackle on Vespremi. Tackle that caused a bit of grief for one of the youngsters out there on ground level. Working hard again is Moss.
He's got to be able to adapt to the expectation of what might be there at a professional level. And I'm talking to David Dixon, certainly.
Down there.
Gumbleton the ruck.
Yep. So they've got that versatility with their taller players.
Perhaps keen to get Gumbleton into the game, and he answers straight away. Jeremy McNeil's call to arms. He gets the ball out of the middle. Maston again tackled strongly by Monahan for Vic Metro, but suddenly the pressure's on the Vic Metro boys, who had it all their own way in the first quarter. Again, Gumbleton in the clearance, gets the handball out. There's Leuenberger. He can't take the mark.
That's very impressive.
Any particular names that have stood out for you?
Oh, no, I can't mention them. Sure in the body at this stage.
A lot of talk about the Western Bulldogs talls. Are you looking at any big guys specifically?
No, we'll just take
We saw in the first quarter the other way, they have completely dominated this term, and Gumbleton, who's moved into the ruck, has certainly had an impact since moving onto the ball. We hear so much about his ability shifter to stand under the ball in a contest and take marks, and he's on a couple of occasions today proven that he can do that. Ball down to ground. Gumbleton again goes back. Jetta, who's been very impressive this quarter, trying to go off the ground, was Brown, unsuccessful.
To want to play.
He looks a competitor. Moss gets the clearance for WA, and he finds Gumbleton. A couple of their very good players linking up. Gumbleton moves it on quickly, goes into the space. He was looking for Foster. Good defensive work from the Metro boys. Moss attacks it. They all stood back and let him have it on immediately. He's got Gumbleton on the lead. The ball short of Gumbleton. Good defensive work by Everett. Read it beautifully. Dangerously goes inboard, but he's moving okay to me, Jared. I know you're looking for him to come back on the ground. You're sending some positive thoughts down to the young man. Oh, yeah, he's in terrific nick. Some good work when the ball hit the ground. He's got some toe. He goes with the left, looking for Vasa Marcus. Will the ball stay in play?
Moving a little bit gingerly. Okay, just getting a bit of a rub now on the calf.
Well, Dr. Jared Malloy from long range. It's across the face. The pack will fly here. Hawkins couldn't get a run at the ball. And a good strong mark taken in defence for Western Australia. It's like Gumbleton. Yeah, he's gone back. Hoisted high. Foster's come up the ground. Couldn't get his hands to ball. Maston does well. Your emotions, you know, you're a beautiful emotional footballer. We love that about you.
Well, I played on my emotion, and sometimes it's spilled over to arguing at the wrong times, but...
Gray on the left boot, pumps it back inside 50. It's all WA. Gumbleton couldn't take the mark. Ball to ground. Excellent tackle as Palmer tried to get it out. It's a beautiful kick. Looking for Hawkins. Got too much carry. The numbers down there. McNeil's got a few numbers back now for Western Australia. And Collard, who's all... Vespremi again. Goes inboard looking for Dawes. The push was pretty apparent. And Gumbleton will receive it. 21 points the difference. It's been an amazing game of football. Kelly closes down. Leuenberger was outstanding. I beg your pardon. Cruiser was outstanding down to Vasa Marcus, but they weren't able to take advantage of the Metro boys. Long now shares it with Allen. They go forward again. Hawkins has got the run of his footy, but what an outstanding mark in front of the pack by Scott Gumbleton, going back with the fly to the ball shifter.
Well, there's no doubt about his courage right from the first minute of the...
Read it beautifully, gets the footy, breaks the line, goes long. Gumbleton drops what he should have marked. That's unusual. You don't see that very often from him. Cruiser stayed in the contest. Booley does well. There's Premi, follows up, decides to ignore the short option, goes a bit longer via hand. Monahan finds some space, stumbles. He's got more time than he actually thought. The kick...
He's been very impressive for mine.
Beautiful balance, and the kick was magnificent. Sat it up in the beautiful position for Hawkins, who of him on the left boot goes long to the top of the square. Hawkins is there, and he takes the mark. Marcus to Hawkins, who's pushed up the ground. Back to Vasa Marcus. He takes him on. Outstanding work from Gumbleton.
He'd probably get to this guy too. He's been very impressive. Just the way he moves, and I think the more size he gets on him, the better he'll become.